Hello and welcome back to my Super Mario Galaxy. In last episode, we finished off our adventures in the Terrace Dome, and today we will be beginning our adventures in a brand new dome right over there. And something I haven't pointed out yet is that if you pay attention to the ground here, you'll notice that there are wires which represent all the different domes. So for instance, this one is shaded orange to represent the Terrace Dome, and this one is shaded blue to represent the Fountain Dome, which we have just recently unlocked. So let's make sure to head over here, following the blue wire as such, and then step on this pad right here to take us up to the Fountain Dome. And then from here, all we have to do is just step inside, and a whole new section of galaxies is going to be awaiting us. Very pretty in here, right? Well, we don't have a lot of time to linger, so now let's just pull ourselves up here with the Pole Star and begin our adventures with the first new galaxy, the Space Junk Galaxy. Let's go ahead and fly here. And tackle Pole Star Path. So as I'm sure you can probably assume, this mission is very reliant on Pole Stars, so in case you forgot how those work, all you have to do is just aim at the Pole Star, press the A button, and the game will naturally pull you towards the Pole Star. Very simple. And then something else I hadn't mentioned that you may have seen me do there is that if I pull myself towards this but not too far, and then I press the Z button, it will drop me back onto the planet that I just came from. So pull, press Z button to cancel the Pole Star, and drop down. I'm going to be using that a lot soon enough. And we're going to grab this one, and then here's a little trick with the Pole Star. If you let go of the A button shortly before you arrive at the Pole Star itself, you'll have a little bit of a momentum effect, and it'll launch you slightly farther ahead. So like this, if I let go, it'll send me flying a little bit more than I probably should. And I just got to grab onto another one, and then do the same thing again. And then keep doing this over and over again until I arrive at this. We'll press the Z button to land on this planet safely. And now we just got to collect all the starships. It's going to be one starship on this planet right here. And then jump up here to the right to grab two more starships, one in the center and then one going around the, oh dear god, going around the planet. And then if we jump to the left, we'll find number 4 here, number 5 to the left, and then they all form together to create a launch star in the middle, which we can then use to launch ourselves to the next planets, just like so. And be sure you grab the star bits along the way. Also, you may have seen a launch star in the planet that we just left behind. Don't worry, we will be able to use that launch star in this episode at some point, just not quite yet. Now then, for the time being, we're going to keep on moving ahead, pull ourselves to this planet, and then press the Z button to drop out, and then do the same thing for the other 2 planets in this little system right here. Oh, it looks like I didn't pull myself far enough before I pressed the Z. And then we have another Pole Star path coming up right ahead. Remember, use the same momentum trick I taught you before, where you go as far as you can, let go, and then just let it yourself get flung forward, and then just keep doing this again and again. Oh dear, I may have messed up, but it's fine, we saved it. We totally just saved it. That was almost really bad, but it's alright. Saved it, and we can even pull ourselves all the way to the end like this. And perfect. We did not take the intended path, but we did get through relatively quickly. Now then, I tried to spin into this guy, it didn't work. Let's spin into him again. Didn't do that, but I did jump on top of him to get a coin, which is honestly probably for the better since I lost a health point because I accidentally bumped into you. But now let's actually spin you out of the way so we can get some star bits. Star bits are always a very nice thing to get, especially since the there's going to be a hungry Luma that spawns outside the fountain. Not in this episode, but fairly soon. With another galaxy, and we'll have to pay a lot of shiny I just said shiny objects, star bits to unlock a galaxy. Anyway, you'll notice that there's a lot of toads trapped in ice here, so we're gonna break them all out of the ice by spinning into them like this. There's 3 toads freed. There's a Goomba here, but we don't want to free the Goomba. We want to free the toad right next to the Goomba, and then once all toads have been freed, Captain Toad's gonna fly in to rescue his brigade. Now then, before we go say hi to Captain Toad, let's make sure to grab these star bits, jump up top here, and hello, Captain Toad.
Da-da-da! Mr. Mario! That's the brief captain of the Toad Brigade have already discovered a shortcut to the Power Star! Whoa! Take the Sling Star at the top of the Starshoom! Whoa!
Alright then, thank you very much, Captain Toad. I'll be sure to take your advice and use the Sling Star to propel myself over to this series of planets right here. Now then, time to introduce a new concept. Silver stars. There's one silver star here, one back over there, one to the right, and then one very close to us right here. If we collect all 5 silver stars, they will form together into a single power star. So let's go ahead and collect all of them. Don't worry about where you step, because for the most part, the blocks will form to match your path. They won't match everywhere you go, so if I just jump out here, no block's going to be there to catch me. Oh dear god, oh, that was close, that was really close. But if you follow the path that I'm taking, you won't have to worry about it at all. Your first silver star is going to be over here to the left, as I pointed out previously. Then I'm going to move ahead like this, take the left path right here, and then long jump out to the silver star, and then long jump out to the silver star once again. We're at 3 now. 2 to go, so now we're just going to retrace our steps back to the beginning, and then from here we're going to take the right path this time. We're going to start in the back right, since we have to go back to the start to get the power star at the end anyway. Long jump out to this platform, and then long jump back here, and then we only have 1 more silver star to collect, and it's going to be right over here. Very risky jump, but still totally possible as long as you know where the block's going to appear. And here's your final silver star to create the power star. Alrighty, now that the silver stars have formed together, we can collect our reward at the start of the area. You got a star! Polestar Path, Space Junk Galaxy, 12 power stars. You increased your starbit counts to 326. You've discovered a new galaxy. Save your game. No, because we still have 3 more power stars to collect in this episode, so let's go ahead and use the Polestar to return to the Space Junk Galaxy. And tackle Kamella's airship attack. Okay, welcome back to the galaxy, but this time we have a new mission to complete, and let's go talk to Captain Toad about it.
Mario, my brigade boarded the enemy fleet and none have returned. As captain, I'm gonna go save them myself, but I'm much too busy at the moment. And scared.
Alright, don't worry about it, Captain Toad. We'll go rescue the Toad Brigade for you. Use this launch star to propel yourself onto the enemy fleet, and let's go rescue some Toads. So, first things first. We're going to head over to this Goomba right here, and either spin him out of the way, or jump on his head. Either one works perfectly fine. This Goomba right here is trapped between the boxes, so we're going to stomp on his head, and then we can break the boxes all around him for some extra starbits. Then we can spin it into this lever right here to create a path, or create a bridge over to this series of, I guess not planets, but these series of platforms. Now this bunny right here is telling us all about how to jump and spin. So jump and spin, as if we haven't been doing that the entire time, but whatever. Backflip into this one-up, and then long jump your way back over here. And they want you to jump and spin to get these coins, but you can just as easily backflip. In fact, I almost, no, I did get to it at the same time there. So, yeah, I mean, it's, they tell you how to jump and spin, nothing new there. When you're ready to leave, you can break this box. I accidentally threw a star, I shot a star, but I didn't want to do that. When you're ready to leave, you can jump onto this platform, and backflip your way into the sling star. And then if you stand on top of this green valve right here and then spin, it'll launch yourself up here to get you a lot of starbits, both by breaking that block and just by naturally spinning the valve. Now then, I like to defeat these Goombas right here just to make sure we get rid of them. Then we can toss the shell into the chest to get ourselves a coin from the right chest, and then from the left chest we can get our hands on a bunch of starbits. Now then, make sure to free the 2 toads right here, green toad and blue toad respectively. Then you want to pick up the shell. Not necessary, but it is going to be helpful in defeating Magic Koopa right here. Then you want to return back to get another shell, and this time we're going to need to use it to break open the chest at the very top of the area, so let's go ahead and shoot it straight ahead. By the way, I didn't mention it, but you need to shake the Wiimote to spin the shell. Then you can use a launch star to propel yourself over to the next ship. And here we go. Now we have a bunch of starbits awaiting us. So if we head over here, you can defeat the Goomba if you want. Totally up to you. Bunch of starbits right here, but that's not what I was referring to. What you want to do is you want to long jump all the way out to this platform and then spin your way on top of this little pipe. If you don't feel confident in your platform skills, you can also just use the pole star to pull yourself up here. Either way, when you arrive at this place, you can fall down here, and when you slide into this room, there's going to be a bunch of starbits waiting for you. And as always, starbits are very, very useful to have. Now then, let's actually continue on with the rest of the level, shall we? So, first things first, you want to spin into this shell right here, and then you want to throw it into this chest on the right-hand side to get yourself a life shroom. We're not going to grab it yet, just in case, but we are going to leave it there for when we need it. Now we're going to pick up another shell and toss it straight ahead to either of these two enemies, like so. Then grab another shell and do the same thing for the one on the left. And then once both of them have been taken out, a bridge... Oh, I missed. Don't worry about it. We'll just grab another shell and do the same thing again. Once both enemies are taken out, the bridge will lower itself, and you'll be able to proceed into the next area. Before we head out, I did not mean to miss that. Let's try this again. The goal was to break open this chest. I don't actually know what's in here. Is it a coin or... Oh, it's a red shell. That probably would have been helpful. Ah, well. Not necessary, but, you know, the red shell is there. Anyway, so... pink toad right here, and then yellow toad over here. There's the toad brigade freed. So now we can grab the life stream. I wanted to save the life mushroom for after we take out those enemies, because the boss fight's coming up right ahead, and I wanted to make sure we had as many life hits or health points as possible before moving on. Now then, let's use the sling star to propel ourselves up. Time for a boss battle. Alright, so the way to defeat this boss is through the same method that we did previously, with throwing shells at her. But we don't have any shells, so how do you do this? Pay attention to the color that's around her staff. You'll see it was green right there, which means we can spin and then grab the shell and launch it directly into her like that. If there's a red aura around her staff, then that means she's about to throw a fireball like that. But if there's a green aura, that means she's about to throw a shell at you. And if that's the case, we can jump into the mist and then grab the shell as it's coming toward us. Or if you miss, you can always just spin it into you. If I can actually spin the green shell into me, that'd be great. Thanks. And then just launch it or throw it at her like so. I failed that miserably. Let's try it again. Launch the shell into her like that. There we go. Spawns into some fellow Magikoopas, so you want to make sure you take these guys out as quickly as you can. Spin into one, and then spin into the other. And then by the time you take both of them out, she should be ready to throw a green shell at you. So make sure you spin into it to get it into your possession, and then throw it right at her to end the boss battle. As far as the actual strategy there, nothing really all that complicated. Just pay attention to the color that's around her staff so that you know when she's about to throw a shell at you, so that you're ready to spin. Like, basically, if you spin the Wii Remote as the shell is coming towards you, it'll automatically go into your, like, you'll automatically grab it, which is very, very helpful. Because then you can just immediately throw it at her, and from that point, it's just a matter of how well you can aim at her. But as far as how to actually, like, the method for beating her, pretty simple. Now then, Power Star. You got a star! Kamella's airship attack. Space Junk Galaxy, 13 power stars. High score updated to 19 coins. You increase your starbit count to 443.
It seems that a prankster comet has appeared somewhere. Prankster comets have very strange effects on galaxies. If you want to learn more about these curious comets, ask the Luma who knows about such things.
Alright, so it appears that we've been visited by a sneaky little prankster comet, which means, of course, we're not going to be saving our game because we still have more work to do, but I didn't actually know we were going to get visited by a prankster comet in this episode. So I guess that means we have even more power stars to collect this time. So, what are prankster comets? Hey yo, if you need to know about anything about prankster comets, I'm your Luma. How can I help? Tell me more. That prankster comet is always stirring up trouble, making galaxies go all crazy. Speedy comets limit the amount of time you can spend there. Daredevil comets leave you with low life. Cosmic comets make you race a mirror of yourself. Fast foe comets make your enemies move faster. Now the fun part is trying each one out. Alright, so now that he's told us about that, let's return to the Terrace Dome, because the prankster comet is waiting for us in here at the very first galaxy in this dome, the Good Egg Galaxy. A speedy comet is in orbit, and as the Luma just explained to us, a speedy comet is essentially a time travel. Time travel? No, time trial. You have a certain amount of time to beat a mission in, and you have to beat under that amount of time in order to get the power star. So let's go ahead and fly to this galaxy. Speedy comet in orbit. Well, let's go deal with that speedy comet. Okay, so I'm going to be talking very quickly here because there's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to be doing to kind of speed this up a little bit. Basically, you want to long jump as much as possible as a general rule of thumb, including going up here. And then when you get here, you want to long jump your way at the very tip of that and then spin to spin yourself into the launch star. That's kind of tricky, but it's going to save a lot of time because you want to make sure you have as much time to spare as possible when you get to the boss battle. Now then, this planet's just a matter of knowing where all starships are. There's the two are right there. There's a third one right here. Almost just ran past it. Number 4 is going to be hiding for us right here. I just ran past it again, even though I knew where it was. Don't get hit. And then the number 5 is going to be right here. And then the launch star will form at the top. And we did lose a little bit of time there, but because I saved some time in the first planet by essentially skipping, talking to the Luma, and just launching myself right into the launch star, we have the time to spare. Again, keep long jumping to make sure you save as much time as possible. Spin on top of this piranha plant, and then ground pound into him. And then immediately shake the Wii Remote as soon as you have control of Mario again. Just shake your way up on top to the next planet. And remember, we're going to take the shortcut because this way is a little bit faster than the way we went previously. Jump on top of the piranha plant, go into the pipe. And then from here, all we got to do is just turn all the flip switches yellow, just like we did in the very first episode, or sorry, the second episode of the walkthrough. And in case you haven't noticed, the timer does stop. Whenever you don't have control of Mario, the timer does freeze momentarily, so you don't have to worry about that. And we're almost done. We just gotta jump our way carefully. Long jump over this to land on the last one. Perfect. Oh, I missed one. What? Oh, I missed one down there. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We can make up the time. Just make up the time. Perfect. There we go. Now they're all green. Okay. Lost a little bit more time. Like I said, this is a very sloppy run of this mission. We're not exactly going for a world record pace here. We're just trying to make sure we can get it done under the time limit. And the thing you really need to worry about is the final boss, because most of this can be done pretty quickly. So long as you know your way around the level and you have a pretty good idea of how Mario moves around. Like there, I triple jump up to the top of this platform. You can rewind the video if you need to see exactly where I made those jumps. But now we're gonna be able to face off against the boss battle with about 2 full minutes to spare, a little bit more than that actually. So pretty good. Not world record pace, but we're not going for world record pace. We're just trying to get to the boss battle with as much time to spare as possible, because this is gonna be what takes up the most amount of your time. Anyway, remember to start the boss battle, you want to flick the tail like so. Alright, then we want to run around behind and flick the tail once more. And rinse and repeat this process 2 more times before Dino Piranha has once again been defeated. And you'll notice that the timer still does not stop, so, you know, if you're running low on time, you definitely want to grab the Power Star as soon as you can, but because we have the time to spare, and by that I mean we have almost 2 full minutes of time to spare, I'm gonna make sure we grab all the star bits around this, just because we have the time. Anyway, yeah, so I'll take the time here to say, pretty good. That was a pretty good run of the Dino Piranha speed run. I made a few mistakes, and I apologize. I know I did talk very, very fast there. It's because I had to keep moving as quickly as possible to make sure we got here with enough time to spare. Not too many tips and tricks there, just a few little shortcuts you can take to make navigating the level as easy as possible. If you want, you can rewind to the start and then watch me go through that again, just to see exactly where I jump. But as you can see, plenty of wiggle room, so it's not. Like, you don't have to be super precise. Those are the shortcuts I like to take to try to speed it up a little bit. But either way, Power Star.
Oh, yeah.
You got a star! Dino Piranha Speedrun. Good Egg Galaxy, 14 Power Stars. High score updated to 1 coin. You increase your starbit count to 492. Save your game and know we still have more power stars to collect in this episode. And just as a general rule of thumb, if any prankster comets do happen to appear during the course of the episode, we will be going back to the galaxies in which they appear in order to take care of those power stars. And it looks like we have another prankster comet to deal with in the Space Junk Galaxy, and it looks like it's another Speedy comet, so we'll go take care of that one right now as well, because one thing that's kind of unfortunate is the game doesn't actually let you know that that there's a prankster comet that has appeared. That wasn't added until the second game. But so I'm gonna keep going back and forth to check to make sure we don't miss any prankster comets. I'm gonna go do the prankster comets as they pop up in the videos, but the main attraction will still be the galaxy in question. So for instance, this episode will be the Space Junk Galaxy with just some detours to go take care of some prankster comets. Anyway, speaking of prankster comets, let's go deal with the Speedy comet in Space Junk Galaxy. Speedy comet in orbit, let's go deal with it. Alright, so the technique I showed you before where you kind of use your momentum to your advantage and also you intentionally break out of the Pulsar's grip by pressing the Z button is going to be very helpful here. I messed up a little bit there, but it's fine. Basically, just using the momentum of the Pulsar to your advantage instead of letting it pull you all the way is going to be very useful. Again, we just got to collect all the starships, and this is just a matter of you memorizing where they all are. 2 on this planet, 1 on the first planet, and then 2 more on this one over here. So then from here, all we gotta do is just go back in the center for the launch star. You should know this pretty well by now. I mean, we did just do this mission in this episode, so I'm not gonna waste a lot of time re-explaining what you have to do, because, I mean, it should be pretty fresh in your mind at this point. So I'm just gonna be focusing on a lot of speed tactics, but again, I don't speedrun this game. I don't know all the professional speedrun tactics. I just know the things that I do, like the shortcuts I take to make this go as fast as possible for the sake of the Speedy Comet. These first couple are pretty forgiving, but there are some later in the game that, oh, I messed up, where any mistake you make could cost you the run, so I'll be sure to point those out when we get to them, but for now, not too bad. Just, again, use the Pulsar momentum to your advantage to make bypassing this as quickly or as simple as possible. There we go, okay. Maximum momentum exploitation, and made it, okay. Now we're almost to the end. I actually recommend not long jumping there, because more often than not I find myself long jumping into the spiders, which, of course, is problematic because you know, you don't want to take a health point damage from the spiders. And then once you free all the toads, again, toad will come on down. And this time I'm not going to waste any time gathering starbits, because even though I'm pretty sure we're going to have the time to spare because we're almost at the last planet of the mission, I still don't want to take any chances in case I have some trouble with the silver stars. And then I will say this, I recommend actually taking your time here, because if you die at all in this section, you go all the way back to the beginning of the mission, and nobody likes to do that. So, unless you have the route memorized 100% like I do, I recommend not taking too many risky shortcuts and just kind of following the path as it appears, or following the path that I take. Just because going back all the way to the beginning of the mission, you know, not super great. Not a great thing. In fact, I almost had a very close call there where I almost just flung myself right off the edge. That would have been bad. But, you know, maybe cut back on the risky shortcuts, because the idea is to save time in the beginning of the mission so that you have the ability to go slow here to make sure you don't run the risk of falling off. And either way, once you get all 5 silver stars, they will turn into a power star. And once again, the timer does not stop, but you can pretty much take your time in returning back to the main the beginning and grab the power star. You got a star. Polestar Path Speedrun. Space Junk Galaxy, 15 power stars. High score updated to 16 coins. You increase your starbit count to 509. You also discovered a new galaxy. And look at that, we have yet another prankster comet to deal with back in the Honey Hive Galaxy.
Enemy base spotted when detecting massive energy spikes. What are they doing there?
Save your game? No, because we still have more work to do in this episode. I did not intend to get so much work done in this episode, but you know what? All the prankster comets are showing up, so we're gonna go deal with them. Oh, you may notice, by the way, even after completing the prankster comet in the Good Galaxy, we still did not get the crown signifying that the galaxy is completed. Yeah, we got a lot more work to do when it comes to those galaxies, but regardless, we have a new comet to deal with, and this one is not a Speedy comet. This one is blue, and that means that it is a cosmic comet. So let's go ahead and fly to this galaxy. Cosmic comet in orbit. Well, let's go deal with it. Welcome to the galaxy. Okay, what do these beasts have to say? Press Z to crouch. Crouch and press A to do a backwards somersault. Yep, I mean, we already know how to do that. Okay, so something I'll say is that you may know that there's a head start you can get, kind of like a turbo start in Mario Kart, where if you press Z and A at the same time, you'll get a little bit of a head start. The thing is, the timing of that is very precise, and I've never quite been able to pull it off, so I'm not going to show it off here, just because I'm not super educated on how to do it. So I would just recommend, the thing is, if you miss the timing, you'll lose more time than you would have gained otherwise, so it's just worth it to not do it at all. Anyway, I didn't really talk about my path there. I just kind of triple jump my way up to the top and then backflip my way up to the top after that point. And then from there, it's just a matter of long jumping your way to the end. This first race is pretty easy. Again, there's some races later down the line that are a bit tighter in terms of timing. But for now, as long as you keep long jumping, triple jump, and backflip up those steps that I took earlier, you'll get the power star in no time.
Oh, yeah.
You got a star! Honey Hive Cosmic Mario Race, Honey Hive Galaxy, 16 power stars. You increase your starbit count to 511. Save your game? No, because we still have more work to do back in the Fountain Dome. We've been going back and forth a lot in this episode. But, if it makes you feel any better, those are the last prankster comets that can appear for the time being. So any prankster comet that can appear, we've taken them all, we've dealt with them all, so now all we have to worry about is the remaining 2 missions available to us in the Space Junk Galaxy. Now, notice I said 2, but there's only 1 power star shown as not collected. Well, I'll show you what I mean when we get there. Let's go deal with Tarantox's Tangled Web. So this is the last main mission of Space Junk Galaxy, but the thing is, there are things called hidden stars, which are stars that are not described from the main menu. They're stars that aren't even officially named until you actually get them. They're just hidden missions you can complete within the mission itself to get you a bonus power star. And this one that we're going after today is a starbit reluctant one, which means there's going to be a hungry Luma, which we have to feed 50 starbits, 50 power stars, good god. So anytime you see starbits, you want to make sure you pick them up, because we're going to need everyone we can get. Anyway, I'm actually going to save talking to Captain Toad, I keep calling him Captain Toad, until we actually do this mission proper, because, you know, we're doing a hidden mission, doesn't have anything to do with what he has to say. But make sure you spin into these spiders, not stomp on top of them, to make sure you get, because you need every single starbite that you can get. In order to feed the hungry Luma, and then once you have as many as you can pull star your way up here, and then you want to go to the left, make sure you grab these starbits on this backwards L to launch yourself over to this planet with the launch star that was hidden inside of earlier. We flew over this planet, there's a launch star right there that we flew over earlier, that I said we'll get to it eventually. Now, so I want to focus on getting as many starbits as possible. We're almost there, actually. We only need 8 more, and then we will have just enough to feed the hungry Luma. So let's head into the planet right here, and we're going to take every passageway we can get to first off get this right here, which has a bunch of starbits, and in fact it has exactly the amount that we need. So that's pretty cool. So now we're going to stomp on your head to get a coin, and now we are going to head after the hungry Luma, which is hiding in here, waiting for us to feed it. And of course, there's plenty more starbits around here, because I did get some extra starbits from the Captain Toad ship, because they just crashed on there, and I was able to pick them up. So there's plenty more hidden around here for you to collect if you so choose to. But for the time being, I am going to focus on getting to the hungry Luma, which is actually right up there above the outside the inner of this planet. So let's go ahead and exit out by pulling ourselves up here, like so, and then spinning our way back to solid ground, heading over to the hungry Luma, and feeding it the starbits which it desires. Let's go ahead and talk to it.
Hey, yeah, you, got any tasty starbits? If you feed me a bunch of starbits, I'll burst with snacky happiness and then transform. I'm famished, I need 50 starbits to curb the hunger pangs.
Alright then. Let's feed it the starbits which it so desperately desires, so it can transform into a brand new planet.
That's it, I'm stuffed. Here we go, transform!
A new planet was born, in the shape of Yoshi's head. For some reason. Anyway, now we can launch ourselves over to this newly formed planet. And here's what we gotta do. Just stomp on all the Goombas. In fact, if you want, you can even try to keep a streak going to see how many Goombas you can stomp on in a row. Which, I got 6. You know, pretty alright, I guess. You don't need to get any certain streak for all the Goombas. By the way, you just need to defeat them all. So whether you choose to stomp on them, or you choose to knock them away like this, you just gotta defeat them all. But something worth noting is that you may notice that when you stomp on them, or you spin them away, you do not get any coins or starbits. So if you take a hit, you can't replenish your health. Something to take note of. Anyway, once you defeat all the Goombas, your Power Star will appear, so you just gotta stomp on all of them, and then you are good to go. And I accidentally took a hit and can't replenish it, but that's fine because I think there's only 3 more, maybe? At least I think there's only 3 more, I don't know for sure. But I'm pretty sure this is the last one right here. Yep. Once all Goombas have been defeated, the Power Star is yours to collect.
Oh, yeah.
You got a hidden star, Yoshi's unexpected appearance in the Space Junk Galaxy for 17 Power Stars. High score updated to 2 coins. You increase your starbit count to 517. Save your game? No, because we still have 1 more Power Star to collect, and I promise this time this is the last Power Storage we're going to get in this episode, so let's go fly to this galaxy. And this time we'll actually tackle Tarantox's Tangled Web. Alright, our last adventure in the Space Junk Galaxy for quite a while. We'll be back at some point, but for quite a while this will be the last thing we do. Anyway, Captain Toad.
A brave brigade Toad went to search for a Power Star. He went off to that planet and hasn't been seen since. You think he's okay? Whoa.
Well, if he isn't, then we're gonna go help him out. So now we just gotta retrace the steps that we took to get here, and I didn't, you mean, you don't have to ignore the starbits now that you've already gotten the Power Star, but since this episode's kind of running a little bit long, I do want to try to trim this episode down a little bit. So we're going to save as much time as we can by just kind of not stopping to get too many starbits. I mean, we already have quite a few, and it's going to be a little bit before we need to actually pay another Hungry Luma, so I'm not too worried about it. But regardless, when you're ready to leave this planet, all you got to do is simply follow this path right here, and then head up in this direction, where you'll find the launch star waiting for you right here. You'll break out of the glass and proceed to the next planet. Make sure you grab the starbits that are going to be waiting for you around Mario, like so. And then we're going to land on this series of planets right here with a bunch of spiders waiting for us. Again, you can either jump on top of them like this, or spin into them like that. Either way, your reward will be either a coin or a starbit. Now, for a new kind of object, a sling pod. So,
Help, I'm stuck. Aim your cursor at me and press A to pull me out. Whoa.
I was just going to explain that, Toad. Good God. Yeah, so if you try to spin or do anything, it's not going to get him out. What you have to do is you have to physically grab the sling pod with the cursor, pull back, and then aim at, because it's going to be like a momentum thing. So if you pull in this direction, it's going to launch in the direction of those coins and towards the other sling pod. So launch the Toad in that direction, and it will automatically get stuck or be pulled in by the planet's gravity. I did not mean to launch myself in that direction, and that means, yeah, I'm dead. I did not mean to launch myself that way, but that's what happened. Kind of like Angry Birds in a way. You pull back, and then it'll launch forward, like that. And then once the Toad makes it safely to the other side, you want to do the same thing for yourself. Pull back to launch forward, and then you'll land here. Then get into the other sling pod and launch yourself off towards the rocket like this. And then you can either stop here to take out all the spiders to get some extra star bits, or you can just head to the bottom of the rocket ship, although I do recommend stopping here to get yourself a life mushroom first. Then you can head off to the bottom of the ship. Oh, I did not mean to take damage right there. Let's go get a coin to replenish that. There we go. Where there's a sling pod waiting for you, so you can launch yourself up to this backwards L, like so. And then if we go around in this direction, there's going to be yet another sling pod waiting for us to launch ourselves into Tarantox's tangled web and fight our final boss of the episode. Alright, so start off pretty simple. Just jump into any of the sling pods around the area and launch yourself towards the boss. Alright, now here's what you gotta do. You gotta stay to the sides, which basically just means stay not in front of him so that you don't get hit by his acid. And then launch yourself into him once to stun him, then launch yourself into him again. And this time we're gonna aim for the back, where that giant green shape is. I missed. Okay, that's fine. Let's just launch yourself there. That works perfectly fine. To stun him, and then do it again by launching yourself into the back, so that we can see his underbelly. And then we can attack the 3 red bulbs right there. We're gonna do one at a time. There's number 2. And then just one more waiting for us. Let's jump into the sling pod, launch yourself towards the red bulb, like so. And then we're good to go. Alright, time for round 2. Now he's going to spit acid out the sides as well, so you want to be careful of that. But when you're ready, you want to jump into the sling pod and then launch yourself into any of the dots on the side. Then quickly return to his backside, so you can launch yourself into, I just launched the toad into his backside, but either launch the toad, or yourself into his backside. And then do the same thing we did before, where we launch yourself into his red bulbs. And then once we do that, that will be him taken care of. Just one more. There we go. Almost there, almost there. And there we go. Boss defeated. But more importantly than that, Power Star earned. You got a star! Tarantox's Tangled Web Space Junk Galaxy, 18 Power Stars. High score updated to 12 coins. You increase your starbit count to 594. You've also discovered a new galaxy. You've also discovered that a Hungry Luma has appeared. Save your game? Yes, because at long last we have finally come to an end for our adventures in this episode. We got a lot of stuff done this time. Got a lot of power stars in the fountain, a lot of power stars in the terrace, and now, for the time being, we are done. So, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. See you for next time when we're going to be starting up a brand new galaxy, and I will catch you all tomorrow for some more Super Mario Galaxy. Goodbye!